As we consider the possibility of building a hike and bike trail connecting the cities of Kennedy and Karnes City, I thought it might be helpful to take a virtual overhead tour of the proposed site, courtesy of Google Earth imagery. Imagine, if you will, a bicycle rider on his way from Karnes City to Kennedy along the trail. His ride would begin at the pavilion at the Karnes City Park. The bike rider would pass the park and then pass the Karnes County Jail. After passing through a wooded area at about 3/10 of a mile into the trip, the bicycle rider would cross Highway 123. A pedestrian bridge will likely be needed here to cross safely. At about 1/2 of a mile into the trip, the rider would enter a fairly wooded area. At about 3/4 of a mile, the bicycle rider would see retention ponds to his left. At about 3/4 of a mile, the bicycle rider would see retention ponds to his left. A large water storage pond may be visible to the left. At 1.2 miles, there appears to be a fence blocking the trail. Shortly after that, the rider would enter what appears to be flat pasture land. At 1.3 miles, there appears to be a fence blocking the trail. At 1.4 miles, the rider would enter a wooded area again. At 1.8 miles, the trail crosses under what appears to be a power or telephone line. At 1.9 miles, the trail appears to cross over a private road. At 2 miles, the trail crosses what appears to be a small creek. This may be a good location for a low water crossing or small bridge. At 2.2 miles, the trail enters what appears to be a more heavily wooded area. At 2.4 miles, the trail begins to parallel County Road 344. The trail continues to parallel 344 until a point at 3 miles into the trip where the trail crosses 344 and then diverges away from the road. This is the midpoint of our trip, or about 15 minutes into the bicycle ride. At 3.3 miles, the trail passes a large oil field facility to the left. At 3.5 miles, our bicycle rider would pass through what appears to be largely undeveloped pasture land. At 3.9 miles, our bicycle rider would pass along cultivated pasture on the right and then another oil field site. At 4.1 miles, the trail parallels another road for a short distance. At 4.4 miles, the trail crosses into what appears to be native brush land. At 4.7 miles, our bicycle rider would see a cultivated field to the left and brush to the right. At 4.9 miles, the trail passes by what appears to be a very large oil field facility visible on the left. At 5 miles, the trail passes to the right of another oil field facility. At 5.4 miles, the trail crosses Farm to Market Road 719 and then another oil field facility on the left. At 5.6 miles, the trail crosses into what appears to be heavy brushland. At 5.9 miles, the trail crosses the Escondido Creek, where a bridge likely will be needed for bicyclists and pedestrians to cross safely. They then could connect with East Daly Street with access to the Escondido Parkway project, which then could give them access to the city park in Kennedy.